Hey guys, this is a video to help you get into the door card of your BMW X1 or X2. Although it probably applies to other BMWs as well, these are the specific models that it will apply to. So watch on if you need to get the door card off. This is the driver's door that I'm going to be working on. The reason I'm opening it up is because I had the door painted, and when it was all put together again, there was one little light that was left disconnected, which is a real pain. That means I have to pull it apart again to plug it up. So I'm going to show you what to do to get in there. Now there's a couple of screws, I'm just pointing to them now. There's a couple of screws underneath and then two on the grip handle which hold the door card on, along with a series of plastic clips which run around the outside edge. So I'm pointing to the clips now around the outside edge, and there's a couple along the top as well. So watch on, I'll show you what I did. You can see under here there's a little LED there that's not lit up. It should be on, but it's disconnected, which is the whole reason why I'm taking the door card off. But you might have other reasons why you want to get it off. So use a plastic pry tool, and gently being the word, is prise in between the separation of the two parts and very gently pull on it until you start to get a little bit of traction, and then you'll be able to separate the two. So I'm holding a bit of pressure on it, and you can see it's popped out reasonably easily. You don't need to wrench these things, you don't want to be breaking clips and things, and they will come off. Now on the underside there's a couple of Torx screws to undo. I'm just going to undo them now. It's a T-Torx bit, I can't remember exactly which one it is, I think it's a T25. But if you have a set, you'll just be able to find the one you need and use that. Here's a couple more Torx bits to undo. They're in behind that panel that you removed earlier. I made up a big long contraption, and you'll see why in a minute. That's to get one of the T-Torx bits for the door handle, which is needs quite a long length to get in there. Also, those pockets are really deep, so if you have a long Torx bit or screwdriver, then that'd be really handy. Otherwise, make something up like I did to get in there. Just undoing them now. I do things by hand. You can put like a wrench or a drill or something on there to speed things up, but that's just increases the risk of damaging something. So by hand is always the best way. I've loosened all the clips around the side, just gone around one by one, popping them out. Gently pop them out, you don't want to be breaking them. Sometimes they do. On a new car they generally hold on for a bit longer. And I'm pulling away, the clips on the top pull out as well. And I actually dropped it. Fortunately I didn't break any of the cables or anything as I dropped it, but that's something you can watch out for when you do it. Now the lock mechanism, that just pulls down through the hole and out of the way, and that is the plug hiding in behind the rubber seal there. Now I needed to get the door handle off, and you have to go in at a funny angle from this plug here. Using an Allen key, you would go in on about a 45-degree angle, but if you have a look through the hole with the torch, you should be able to see where that is. That's the Allen key there. It was either a 4 or 5 mil Allen key. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but if you have a set of that, then you'll be able to pick the right one. So I went in at that funny angle there, is enough to reach in and undo the Allen key. Once the front plate is away, which is the Allen key holds it in, you can pull the whole assembly out like I have just done there. Now, as you can see, there was a little plug there which I had to plug back up. The light's now working, and I'm putting it all back together again. You might need to get in there for another reason, or you might just be watching this video out of interest. You might want to take the door off to paint it, for example. So I hope you found it helpful. Sometimes it's good just to know before you start these things, which is why I posted this video. Sometimes you don't know what's going to be behind these panels or anything like that. As you can see, there's that lock mechanism which I've pushed back up through the hole before clicking it back into place. Lining up all the little plugs and then applying some pressure to push it back into place. Working my way all the way around all the little clips around the outside. Once they're all back in place, that's when I'll start putting the Torx screws back in. If you do happen to damage one, then you can go to BMW and buy new clips, or you can go to like a automotive repair place, Panel Beater. They'll have plenty of clips which they should be able to sell to you. Put everything back in the reverse order of taking it apart. Make sure you don't miss anything. Yeah, it's always good to take a couple of photos as you go, because then if you forget what you've done, you can go back and look at the photos and make sure you get everything back in the right place. I'd just like to take a moment to thank you guys for watching my content. I really appreciate your following and that you've been watching my videos. Please, if you do get something out of this video, then like and subscribe. It would be really helpful to me. It helps me make new content and new videos, and yeah, it's just cool to see when people are getting value out of what I'm posting. So again, thank you very much guys. Continue watching and enjoy.